All right, that last video cut out. I apologize for that. But after you calculated your equation where you plugged in your x and y, you should have gotten 8 on the left side. And of course, the right side is 8. So since we've got a true statement here, then we say yes, 2, negative 6 is a solution to the equation negative 5x minus 3y equals 8. It does work to get a true statement. All right, let's go on to our next problem, number 14. John's lawn is 35 yards by 21 yards. And what I should say is it's a rectangle. I left that out of the directions. It's a rectangular yard. He wants to put a fence around his lawn. How much fencing does he need? Label your answer with the correct units. So when you're working on a problem like this, you should always draw a picture, because this is a physical thing. It's a physical object. It's a lawn. And it's a rectangular shape that is 35 yards by 21 yards. And if I want to put fencing around it, let's think about that. Is that area or perimeter? Well, if I'm putting fencing around, I'm going from here to here to here to here. I'm going to need this much fencing plus this much fencing plus this much plus this much. That's perimeter. And remember, if this side's 21, so is this side. If this side's 35, that's this side as well. So what you're doing is you're going 2 times 21, two sides that are 21 yards long, plus 2 times 35, two sides that are 35 yards long. You can also just take your calculator and go 21 plus 21 plus 35 plus 35. I think this is quicker, but 2 times 1 is 42, plus 2 times 35 is 70. And when I add these together, I get 112. Now 112 what? We always want to put units on our answers. And since I'm measuring lengths, not area, I just put yards. 112 yards. All right, there's my answer to that one. Now John wants to calculate the area of the lawn because he wants to determine how much fertilizer he needs. What's the area of the lawn? So I can just use the same picture. And area of a rectangle is length times width. That's very, very simple. It's in your packet, your reference book packet. So the length is 35. The width is 21. When I calculate, I get what? You go ahead and finish that one. And then we want to put yards squared, because when we're counting area, we're counting little squares. Like if you made a grid, drew the rectangle on a grid, you'd be counting how many squares cover the area. So we write yards squared for the units. You can finish that one, check your answer on the portal. All right, let's go to number 15. Now we're using function notation. This is very much like the equations we've been using before. This side looks very familiar. We've worked with polynomials like this. But the other side uses this funny notation, which we say f of x. And so what they're asking us to do is find f of 6. In other words, it just means wherever there's an x in the function, replace it with a 6. So I start on the left-hand side and I write f of what? F of 6. I'm replacing this x with a 6. Equals -4. Let's put all the pockets in first where x's were. Take out the x, put a pocket, put the little exponent outside the pocket, plus 2 pocket where x was, minus 10. And of course we're putting the 6 where x was on this side. Now you can do these by hand or you can do them with your calculator. This side of the equation we don't do anything with. It's just the name of the function and telling what we're going to put into it. So I'll just repeat that. I'll just bring that down. And then I take my calculator and I enter exactly what I see. I see -4, left parenthesis, 6. Close that parenthesis before you power up or square it. You can either use your upside down V key and then press 2, or I can just hit x squared because I'm just raising it to the second power. That only works for the second power. So there you can see it squared what was in the parentheses. And then plus 2, left parenthesis, 6, which means times 6, and then subtract 10. And the answer I get is -142. So f of 6, meaning when I put 6 into the function, I get -142 for an output. Okay, let's try to squeeze in. Oh, the next one's kind of long, so I'm going to close this video out so it doesn't cut out on me, and tune in for number 16 on the next video.